Alright, I'm Lil Caddy, and today I'm going to be walking you through the sunroof install on the 1986 Cutlass. So the first steps you're going to do is actually cut a hole in the car with your template after you mark out your template. But this particular vehicle already had a sunroof in it, but it was more of a, somebody did it at home special. My particular customer, this one right here, bought the car like this, so it was already done. But if I know the customer, and he wouldn't have done it like this. After we mark out the template and cut the hole in the vehicle, what you'll actually do is do all your mock-ups and everything, make sure all your measurements are fine and great. And then you'll actually install the trim, the outer trim of the sunroof, to make sure it fits flush and everything. After we do the mock-up for the outer trim, we'll take it out, install the inner plate, which is actually the support for it. So we install that, it'll stay in there. We take out the outer trim of the sunroof, and then we'll tape it up, do our sealant on it. We're actually, right now, we're sealing up the sunroof. And what's so crucial about it is because you'll get leaks in it if you don't seal it fast enough. So you want to make sure it's all solid and nice and pressed in and riveted in so it won't move no more. A rivet is somewhat like a screw, but it's not. It doesn't screw in or come out. It just, once you put it in, it's locked in. And it holds the whole frame of the sunroof in place. So what I'm doing now is just actually going around it and giving it a nice finish on it so it won't be all bulged up. That's why I laid down the tape, so we can do this, get all the excess seal off of it. After the rivets are installed, it actually sandwiches the outer trim between the car and the inner plate along with the sealant, and creates a nice good seal so it won't get no leakage on the inside of the sunroof. After you do that, you install the actual tray of the mechanism that actually controls the sunroof. Alright, so what we're getting ready to do now is actually put up the frame of the sunroof, the actual mechanism itself with the motor and everything. Mark, you're just gonna run that wire down the side. Get your side in first. No, let me hold it up.
Get my side in?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's nice and right now what we're gonna do is run some more beams and reinforce it on the sides and in the back of the actual sunroof itself. So let me grab those and we'll get it taken care of. Well, what I'm actually getting ready to do, put an angle in it so it'll have a nice, it'll go with the contour of the car, and it'll mount up just like a factory one would, and you won't be able to tell the difference, and it'll keep it nice and sturdy. See, this is the fun part that nobody ever sees when you're in a tight little spot trying to get this big old sunroof in here, and you got a little bitty area to work with. So, but somebody's got to do it. So it might as well be me and get paid for it. So we'll do this side next. And then we'll run the drain hoses and we'll be wrapped up with this one until the poster guys get it. Alright, if you're wondering why some of these clips are in black and white, it's because we want to keep it classified, because my customers don't like their cars being seen until they're fully done. You know, so no sneak peeks or none of that. But we actually finished up on the sunroof install. We ran all the hoses, the drain hoses, ran them down to the bottom throughout the car. The back ones are done already. It's reinforced and everything's done on it. All right, and and this is the one that I'm showing y'all right now, but there's actually 4 drain hoses. 2 in the front, 1 on each corner, and 2 in the rear, 1 on each corner. So whether the water goes forward or backwards, it's still gonna catch either way. In order to run the hoses right, well, there's actually no really right way to do it because every car is different. But I mean, the typical way is to usually run it down the pillar right here, and just go all the way down to the side. And there's a cover that goes right here, so you won't ever see it once it gets wrapped and everything done. But you just want to make sure you get a nice straight, you know, all the way down, because you want that water to flow in there. People think sunroofs leak because they get water in them. They always get water in them. It's just they leak because your drain holes are either clogged up or they're not done right. So whenever you think that your sunroof's leaking because it's got a leak in it, no, that's not the case. Most of the time it's because your drain holes are wrong or they're clogged up. After you do that, then I'll give it to one of my poster guys and let them do the install on the actual headliner itself. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Little Caddy, so if you want to follow me, my Instagram is @LittleCaddy. Thank you for watching. Until next time.